Welcome. This is Let's Talk After, and what I want to say to you right now is simple. You do not have to pretend to be someone else to attract people you genuinely connect with. For years, we have been given a narrow, noisy idea of what it means to be attractive. Loud, flashy, confident at all cost, never vulnerable, always performing. We've been taught that success with dating is some secret recipe of lines, routines, and rehearsed behavior. I want to invite you to try a different approach, one that feels less like a performance and more like becoming the best version of who you already are. This is about steady, practical change, not overnight transformation or fakery, and about building a presence that feels calm, confident, and real. Start by considering what attraction truly is. It is not an object you can buy, nor is it a trick to be pulled on someone. Attraction is an experience two people create together, a meeting of attention, curiosity, safety, and mutual interest. It starts with how you carry yourself in small moments. Your posture when you walk into a room, whether you approach someone with curiosity or with a rehearsed script, the tone in your voice when you speak. Small things add up. If you learn to control the small things, the larger pattern of who you are becomes visible, and that visibility attracts people who will actually click with you. Confidence is the scaffold of many good interactions, but let's be crystal clear. Confidence is not arrogance, and it is not pretending that you never feel nervous. Confidence is a practical, trainable set of habits. How you breathe when you are anxious, how you steady your voice, how you carry a conversation, how you accept rejection without allowing it to define you. When you cultivate confidence, you don't need to act like you're better than other people. You simply accept your own value and move forward. Practice small confidence wins. Make eye contact for 1 extra second than you usually would. Speak one idea more clearly than you normally allow yourself to speak. Finish a sentence rather than trailing off. These are tiny practices, but they build the muscle of presence. Presence is different from performing. Performing asks others to react to an image of you. Presence invites someone into the real you. To be present, you must be willing to listen and to notice. Listening is not waiting for your turn to speak. It is focusing on the other person's words, their tone, their pauses. Start by putting your phone away. A genuine conversation requires undivided attention. If you can consistently offer that, you will stand out. People remember when they were truly listened to. That memory links to attraction because it feels rare and valuable. Authenticity matters. Authenticity does not mean sharing every private thought with everyone. It means being honest about your intentions and consistent in who you are. If you like music that's niche, say it. If you enjoy quiet nights more than big parties, say it. If you are still figuring things out, say that too. Pretending to like what you don't is a shortcut that ends up in disappointment. Real relationships are built on alignment, which in turn requires clarity. When you act authentically, you give people the space to know you and either choose you or not, based on reality rather than a carefully staged image. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is a bridge. It's okay to feel nervous and to say so calmly. I'm a little nervous because I want to make a good impression is far better than a rigid mask of fake bravado. Vulnerability signals that you are human and approachable. It invites reciprocity. When someone shows real vulnerability with you, your natural response is to lean in. That leaning in creates connection. Practice vulnerability in low-stakes settings first. Tell a friend about something small. Admit a tiny mistake. Ask a question that reveals curiosity about someone's life. Over time, these small exposures will widen your capacity for honest connection. Communication is a craft. The core skills you want are clarity, brevity, and warmth. Clarity means organizing your thoughts before you speak, so your sentences are coherent and your ideas land. Brevity keeps the listener engaged. Don't over-explain or ramble. Warmth is the tone that carries interest and kindness. Flirting often gets confused with objectification or empty praise. Instead, make your comments specific and meaningful. Notice something unique about the person: their laugh, the way they describe a hobby, a detail of their outfit that clearly reflects their taste. Specific compliments land because they signal real observation. Use gentle humor as connective tissue. Humor softens the space between two people and reduces perceived risk. But humor should be natural to you. Forced jokes feel mechanical and create distance rather than closeness. Listening with intent changes your entire dynamic. Practice reflective listening. Summarize what someone just said in a sentence before you add your own perspective. That simple act shows you are paying attention. Ask open-ended questions that encourage storytelling. What got you into that hobby? Rather than, do you like it? People are attracted to those who make them feel seen and interesting. When you ask genuine questions and respond with warm curiosity, you create a conversational flow that feels good to both parties. Boundaries are attractive because they communicate self-respect. They do not make you rigid or unkind. They make you predictable and trustworthy. If you say you'll call at a certain time, call. If you need personal space, express it kindly. Reliability is magnetic. People want to be with someone who is steady, consistent, and clear about what they like and don't like. Maintaining boundaries also protects your emotional energy and helps you show up fully when it matters. Work on your nonverbal signals. Body language is a language in its own right. Stand in a balanced, open posture. Avoid folded arms, which can read as defensive. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Make eye contact in comfortable turns, not like a stare, but long enough to show engagement. Your face is expressive. Let it show warmth. When you smile genuinely, the other person's guard often drops. Voice matters too. Slow down slightly. Use pauses. Let your words breathe. A measured voice communicates thoughtfulness. In audio-first platforms like podcasts and voiceovers, you'll notice that slight tempo changes and well-placed pauses create emotional impact. Apply the same principle in conversation. Show competence by being interesting rather than boastful. Be curious about the world and cultivate a few areas of genuine knowledge or hobbies. Competence signals that you have your own life and passions, which is attractive. But competence should not slide into one-upmanship or the desire to dominate conversations. Share your interests with humility. Explain why something matters to you instead of simply listing accomplishments. People enjoy stories that reveal motives and values behind actions, not itemized achievements. Refuse the trap of comparison. Social media makes it easy to compare ourselves to highlight reels that aren't reality. Comparing erodes your confidence and invites inauthentic behavior. Instead, measure your growth against your past self. Are you kinder than you used to be? More curious? Better at listening? Those are the metrics that produce real, durable change. When your energy is invested in self-improvement rather than competition, you become naturally magnetic because your presence is stable and honest. Learn to accept rejection with grace. Rejection is part of dating and human interaction. It does not mean you are unworthy. When someone isn't interested, thank them for their honesty and move on respectfully. Responding to rejection with anger or pleading diminishes you. Responding with a calm, "Thank you, take care," preserves dignity and leaves both of you free to find better matches. Life is long. One interaction is not the final word on your future. Make your intentions clear without pressure. If you want to get to know someone, say so in a straightforward and respectful way. I enjoy talking with you and would like to see you again. Are you open to that? Honesty cuts through games. People appreciate clarity because it reduces guesswork and fosters psychological safety. Expressing interest doesn't force a decision. It invites a conversation. Work on your appearance in ways that are about respect rather than performance. Wear clothes that fit and are in good condition. Grooming shows you take care of yourself. A tidy look signals that you value the meeting. But remember that style is personal. Find pieces that match your personality rather than copying someone else's uniform. You'll feel more confident in clothes that reflect who you are, and that confidence will be visible. When you're ready to escalate flirtation, do it through small, authentic acts. Light, playful touches on the forearm during laughter can create warmth when done respectfully and with mutual comfort. Mirror body language subtly. It builds rapport. Compliment attributes that require thought, a specific insight they shared, their sense of humor, the way they speak about someone they love. Those comments show you are paying attention and that you appreciate them beyond surface level. Don't overdo the phone stage. Texting can be useful for logistics and light connection, but prolonged text courtship without meeting in person often leads to misinterpretation and stagnation. If you find rapport in messages, suggest meeting for a short, low-pressure activity, a coffee, a walk, a shared interest. Real chemistry often becomes clearer in person because tone, energy, and body language reveal things messages cannot. When you are together physically, curate simple, shared experiences. Shared experiences build private memories. A walk through a market, a quick visit to a gallery, a funny local event. Shared moments create common language between you and the other person. Those little inside jokes and references are the foundation for intimacy. Keep your ego in check. If you find yourself rehearsing lines in your head or trying to win the conversation, pause. Ask yourself, am I connecting or performing? The answers will guide you back to presence. Also, beware of performing confidence as a defense against fear. Genuine confidence requires inner work, confronting limiting beliefs and building competence through practice. Develop emotional literacy. Learn words to describe feelings and practice naming them for yourself. Say, I'm feeling a bit nervous, or I'm excited about this. When you can label emotions, you can manage them. Emotional literacy allows you to be honest and calm in difficult moments, which is far more attractive than pretending everything is fine when it isn't. Practice gratitude and kindness. People like being around someone who elevates their day. Simple acts of kindness, helping someone with coats, thanking servers, holding doors, reveal character. Gratitude shifts your focus outward and raises your baseline positivity. A person who radiates calm kindness will attract others who value the same traits. Pay attention to compatibility signals, not just chemistry. Sexual or social chemistry can be instant and intoxicating, but compatibility, shared values, similar life goals, aligned priorities, sustains relationships. Ask questions that reveal values over time, how someone talks about family, career aspirations, or how they spend free time. These conversations can be gradual, but they matter. They protect you from investing in relationships that feel good in the moment, but don't align in the long run. Work on your life independently of dating. A full, interesting life naturally attracts people, friends, hobbies, work that energizes you, places you want to travel. People want partners who bring energy into a relationship rather than empty spaces hoping to be filled. When you invest in your life, financially, emotionally, creatively, you become more interesting and available in a healthy way. Use storytelling to connect. When you tell a story, create a narrative arc. Set the scene, describe a moment of challenge or curiosity, and share what you learned. Stories are powerful because they reveal motives and values without direct explanation. They're also memorable. Listeners remember how a story made them feel, not details of facts. Practice telling one or two short, engaging stories about yourself that reveal a positive trait, resilience, humor, curiosity, without sounding like a resume. Avoid manipulative tactics. Scripts, fake scarcity, or false displays of indifference might get temporary results, but backfire in the long term. Manipulation erodes trust, and trust is the currency of meaningful relationships. Commit to honest engagement. People sense authenticity and will reward it with real interest. Be patient with yourself. Confidence and social ease are skills that take time. Give yourself small, measurable goals rather than expecting overnight change. Maybe your goal for the next month is to initiate 3 conversations and follow up on one that felt interesting. Maybe your goal is to practice eye contact for slightly longer than usual in daily interactions. Small, consistent steps are the most reliable path to lasting change. Finally, remember this. You are not a problem to be fixed. You are a person to be known. The aim is not to become an idealized version of someone else, but to grow into a person who can show up honestly, with warmth and curiosity. That kind of presence is rare, and it's what makes relationships feel effortless rather than forced. If you want a practical next step today, here it is. Pick one social situation in the coming week where you will prioritize presence over performance. Put your phone away, ask one genuinely curious question, and listen more than you speak. Notice how that changes the quality of the interaction. Small experiments like that build the life and relationships you actually want.